it is. Hey guys, how's it going? Tom Zakavea back again for another review for you. Today we have the Ritter Steel Authentics Warhammer. Doing something a little bit different today. As you can see, it has that antiqued black and steel look. The head and the shaft of it have been hammered in place with all the nails going down it, as you can see. It's purposely been given this rougher look all the way down to the pommel. You call it a pommel, it's just hand carved. Gives it a little bit of more character to it. We have an overall length from the very tip all the way down to the butt end of it of 29 inches. So we have something that is a little bit longer than my arm. I'm about 6 feet tall, so I'll give you a good idea of how long this thing is. So the actual intention of use for this was obviously a combat weapon. This was an anti-armor weapon. So you'll see that the spikes on it, that was intended to crease armor, similar to a mace, to a flanged mace. You'll see that was able to crease armor, and then once the person was either knocked to the ground or incapacitated, then you go over to this guy. This is a crow's beak. This was intended to actually penetrate all the way through armor instead of just creasing it. So this was the fight ender, or you have the tip, which if you were to take this down to here, once they were in the ground, that was pretty much over. This thing weighs about 5 pounds. This is a rather large, heavy warhammer. Truthfully, I don't know if I would bring this to combat. This is a little heavy. The strike on it, it's a big workout to get it moving. But once you get it moving, it's fine, but having to change direction with it, it does take a lot of effort. So I would recommend this, honestly, if you're doing any kind of historical reenactment, if you want something really badass to hang up in your room or in a living room and things like that. Carry it around town, scare your neighbors. This would be a good one as well. Definitely an interesting one from Ritter Steel here. I will say a downfall of this. This is all blackened on the wood shaft of it here, and they weren't kidding, because when I got this, I didn't know that your hands are gonna get a little bit dirty. I mean, I think it's either them keeping it historically accurate, not like everything was like super clean and things like that, or that it mattered if you had gauntlets on or any kind of hand protection. Getting your hands a little dirty ain't a big deal. But if that's something that bugs you, then you may want to just be aware of it. I wasn't aware of it when I got it, so it's kind of a surprise as far as that goes. I don't really care, but if you do, maybe you want to get something different. We got other maces and warhammers that have wood grips that are just lacquered. We have other ones that have leather grip handles to them for a little bit extra security of grip. Just depends on what you want. Just something a little bit different to show you guys. So the actual middle of the warhammer, all for defensive actions, protecting your head, protecting your midline, all of that. Anything on the tip of it, well, it's pretty obvious, but it's intended to smash through armor and crush bones. That's really what a warhammer or an anti-armor type of weapon is designed for. I would not want to be the dude without a helmet who had to go up against one of these. It's one of the most feared weapons on the battlefield, and with good reasoning, is that once this thing goes and you're following all the way through, there's really no stopping it. You gotta get out of the way. I wouldn't want to get hit with this. That would not be a fun Sunday afternoon. I would also say, as long as you're very careful and you are being responsible with it, if you do any kind of like gata and mace training, where you're using this for a workout, or you want to get some strength in your upper body with your striking mechanics, this is definitely something that will be really cool. Be real careful with this and with this. This whole thing is still a live weapon, even though there isn't a super pointy edge or tip on it. So be very careful with these still, just like all kind of weaponry. Other than that, this would either be a weapon that was used for ambushing, or I would just use it as for a fitness workout, like a medieval workout, which would actually be a pretty cool idea. Yeah. I'm not really even trying, and the crow's beak itself is going all the way in. It's penetrating a good amount into you. This shows how powerful a weapon like this goes, just with a little bit of momentum. I mean, you do gotta pry it out a little bit, but if somebody's on the ground already, that means they already got hit with that, or they got hit with that. And then you come down with the crow's beak, oh man, it's over. All right, so now that we've taken a look at the Ritter Steel Authentics Warhammer, I want to know what you think about it. So, what I need you to do is subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment on what you think about this Warhammer. Do you have a collection of Warhammers and maces and impact weapons, things like that, anti-armor weapons? What's your favorite one? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, follow us on Instagram, like us over at Facebook. Hope to talk to you soon.